Hello people, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks. Guys, hope you are well. In continuation with the 7 stages of grief: shock and disbelief, denial, guilt, pain, wrapped up in anger. And then last time we spoke about this phase called negotiation and bargaining. So, as you can see, it's a downward spiral. And as I said to you, this phase here, the negotiation and bargaining, is a really important one, because this leads to us thinking about what our coping mechanism is. And our coping mechanism either takes you out or it drops you further into a place of despair and so on, which then kind of brings you back to guilt and pain. Any case, observations. What happens after negotiation? Normally, what happens from here is a slightward upward spiral, and we get to a place of anger. Now, anger is a really bizarre emotion. If you use anger correctly, anger motivates you to get things done. It is as if you're putting fuel in your soul to achieve certain things. If you use it incorrectly, anger is a fire that will destroy yourself, your relationships, your reputation. It will destroy everything that you've worked so hard to achieve once you apply anger in the incorrect manner. Apply it right. It will take whatever is going on in this process here, it will accumulate it. And it is as if it, like I said before, it is as if it fuels you to get to your coping mechanism that will drive you upwards out of this thing here called grief. It's a very important part of this process, because you've dealt with all the negative things: the shock, the disbelief, the denial, the guilt, the pain, this anger bit here that is wrapped up. It's really important. Leads you to negotiation and bargaining. What can we do from here? And then the anger says here, I'm going to deal with it in this way in order to get out of this thing. Now, I know I've mentioned it here, but this here is, dare I say, it's a different kind of anger to this anger here. This anger here is more towards anger about myself in relationship to what I could have done with my friend, my family member, my loved one. It's more to do with, it's a self-inflicted anger rather than an outward expression of anger. But this one here is taking this anger that you've inflicted on yourself, and now it becomes a driving force. So it's a digital thing where the sliding scale is still labeled as anger, but it's a positive, driven, purposed anger. Somewhat different. Sadly, it's just the same word. It's like pressing the accelerator on your car or changing gears on in your life. Because who wants to stay here? Who wants to stay in shock, disbelief, denial? Who wants to stay in guilt and pain? Ask anybody, the answer will be no one. This anger is vital. I've made this video kind of series about anger, what it does to you. And included in there is, like I say, the driving force behind it. So utilize it correctly to get out of this thing here, this grief. Use it to get rid of pain, guilt. Use it as a fuel that fires your soul up. You'll probably find that when you in this phase here, negotiation and bargaining, that is the catalyst for this positive anger here. Negative, sadness and all this kind of stuff. And now you'll see we're going up out of this. So what I want to say to you is this. In the event that you do experience grief, or you know of anybody that is experiencing grief, once they're there in this anger phase, it's time to be encouraging, supportive, because that individual needs to know that they're not facing this thing alone. They need to understand that you as their friend, you as their family member are with them. You are feeling the anguish that they are, but from a friend perspective, a family member's perspective, a loved one perspective. And it is as if you are carrying them with the grace that we need here. But now that grace needs to be packaged with encouragement and support. Because let me tell you, that is not nice. And this is the fuel, it's the fire that will get them out. So there you go. Anger, important phase. People might stay here for a day or two or a week. They might stay here for 6 months or a year. It all depends on how that individual processes what is going on. But it is important. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the next phase. And the next one is out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out. So there you go, my friend. I hope you've enjoyed it. Whatever this video series or this video has done for you, please let us know in the comments box. Please like, share, subscribe. Do all the YouTube admin. You guys know exactly what to do. But for now, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks, and I'll speak to you soon.